Hello and welcome to the City Show. I'm your host, Dr. Tom Krieger. On this week's show, we'll entertain you with previews from the Comedia Dinner Theatre's presentation and Lebanon Theatre Company. We'll also be putting out the back signal for all boat captains out there who might be available to help with this year's Take a Warrior fishing event at Caesars Creek Lake. Up first, Kari, Sutherland, and Jason Lakes are here, and they have leading roles in the Comedia Dinner Theatre's production of the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You've been here before, Jason.
I have as well, actually.
Okay.
I was here as Shrek back in 2019.
My goodness, I do remember that.
Yeah.
I don't recognize him if he's not good.
Yes,
I love
without
that
the green.
costume.
Yes, I did too. Not the makeup so much, but the costume was fun.
That must have been a lot of work. Yeah.
Yeah, my hair was green for about 3 or 4 months after that.
Take you a while, yeah. Tell us about your role in this presentation.
In this production, I play Vice Principal Douglas Ponch. He is the official word pronouncer and judge, basically, of the spelling bee. Okay. He's a little uptight, I think is fair to say, and a little unstable, maybe. And maybe shouldn't be at a spelling bee, but here he is. He's filling in because the superintendent has had a bad reaction to some food he ate. So he has come at the last minute after a 5-year absence to join Rona Lisa Peretti, which is Kari Lee's role, at the spelling bee.
And what motivated you to audition for this character?
I have played the role once before in a community theater production, and I was very interested in doing it again. It's a lot of fun. There's in this show, I don't know if you're familiar, we pull people in from the audience. So each show we have 4 new people, a lot of interaction with them. It's just a great deal of fun. So I wanted to maybe give that a shot in a professional setting, so it was a lot of fun.
Now they did that on the Broadway production.
Exactly, yes, since the inception. Yep.
That's neat that you're keeping that alive.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
And the audience likes it.
And Kari Lee, what is your role?
I play Rona Lisa Peretti,
Okay.
and she is the host of the Spelling Bee. She's been hosting for 9 consecutive years, and she also was the winner of the Spelling Bee, the 3rd annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. So she's also a realtor. So it's held at a middle school is a setting for the play, but I think in Rona Lisa's mind, having won the Spelling Bee is sort of like winning Miss America. And she's hosting, you know, she imagines herself as if, you know, this is the big time. You know, there could be TV cameras, even though it's only a middle school. But
And what motivated you on coming into this character?
Well, I work at La Comedia whenever I can. And so whenever I just look at their lineup of shows, and when they have something that has a role that I could fit into, and I try out for it.
Well, that's neat. Jason, what keeps you coming back to La Comedia?
Just, it's very close to my home. I live about 3 minutes away. They put on a very high quality production there. I've enjoyed many shows there over the years with my family and just going out myself. So just to be a part of that every once in a while, as my other job allows, I really enjoy the opportunity to do that and get to work with great people and have a lot of fun together. So that's what keeps me going.
Got a family atmosphere up
Absolutely,
there,
certainly.
That's got to be kind of neat. Now in this one, do you have a lot of other people coming in from different areas, or do you have most of the people who are been here before, local people?
A couple of folks have worked out there before. Jonathan, who plays Leaf Coney Bear in the show, is a person who's there quite often. And
Jonathan Pendergrass.
And Allison Gabert is also there. She was just in Beauty and the Beast. A few others. We have a couple of new folks, though.
New folks,
new folks in this production. Yeah.
They are local. You know, they're all from the Cincinnati area for this production.
Well, Kyle actually, I think he lives and works in New York sometimes, but he has a home here as well. So
I understand this has won some Tony Awards and was on Broadway. What basically is the story being told?
It's basically just we're holding a spelling bee, and it's about spelling bees. Which until we did the show, I didn't know that much about what goes on at a spelling bee. But the people are playing middle schoolers or grade schoolers, and they're all very quirky characters. For instance, Jonathan's character, his name is Leaf. Coney Bear, and he's homeschooled, and he wears a cape, and you know, he socializes a little differently. Marcy Parks is Allison's character, and she's very uptight. She goes to a parochial school, and she's very driven to win. So through the characters' attempts to spell and attempts to win and interactions, we find out why they're the way they are, and it kind of, you know, reflects everybody's little quirks and mannerisms that they have, and you can relate to these to these people. And
It sounds
they
like you have a
struggle
lot
to
of
do.
fun. The risk of bringing people from the audience into the show.
Yeah.
I mean, does that make you a little nervous? Because
I think it's
are
thrilling.
you
I think
getting,
it's thrilling,
are you
too.
bringing kids in, or are they just regular aged people?
We've had folks from a wide variety of ages,
Okay.
from what I think she was probably a high school student, maybe, all the way up to grandparents, certainly.
Okay.
We treat them the same, regardless. They are a speller in the spelling bee, so they get the same
You're not giving them
treatments.
easy. You're not giving them easy words.
Sometimes,
Okay,
maybe,
okay.
and sometimes certainly not.
Okay.
But we have a pre-screening process where people in the audience are asked if they would like to volunteer.
right,
And so they fill out a form, and we sit together and look through the forms and just try to pick out somebody with an interesting name or interesting hobbies. And,
We ask them their interests and things on the form. So
and
we,
there's a thing on there that says, can you get around on stage okay? And is
Right,
it
it's-
okay if the other actors
Yeah.
touch you and move
and
you
we certainly
around?
don't want to bring anyone up who doesn't want to be up there, so it is completely volunteer. If they don't fill out a form, no chance we're going to pull you out of the audience or anything. You're safe.
Now, this show, when it first came out, how many years ago was that?
I think it was 2005, wasn't it?
Oh, okay.
When it premiered?
Okay,
Yeah.
so not too old. And
No.
the music, is it relevant to our time and culture? Have they
It's-
changed the music at all to fit?
No, I mean it's a contemporary musical, so
Okay.
the music is
I read somewhere it's written by William Finn, and somebody described it as if Stephen Sondheim was writing music for a children's Saturday morning cartoon show.
I think that's accurate.
It
Certainly.
sounds like a lot of fun.
It's
It
very
is. It's
fun
great fun.
music. Yeah.
Do you have a lot of kids coming to see this? Is this more popular with younger people too?
I think it kind of transcends the age barrier. There
Okay.
are jokes in it that the kids won't get. They'll go
Okay.
right over their head. The adults will certainly get them.
Yeah.
So there's something I think in it for everyone.
I would not say it's not geared for
Certainly
children. It's
not.
not like the children's show. You know, it's for general audiences.
Now you've had a few performances. You've been running this for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
How's the audience received it so far?
Great.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a very funny show, so there are a lot of laughs. It's also a very touching show. You see the evolution of these characters, the people playing the teenagers. We all go through that process in our lives, and you see that reflected in different ways with the different characters and how they grow through the show as well. So it's funny, but it also has a good message, I think, too.
Well, that's awesome. And when are the performances, and how do we get tickets?
You would go to lacomedia.com or call La Comedia, which the phone number will be on the website. We do 7 shows a week, which are 2 shows a day on Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday.
Okay.
And then
That's Thursday.
Thursday,
Friday,
Okay, don't
Sunday.
listen to anything I'm saying. We do 2 shows a day on Thursday, Friday,
And Sunday, and one show, the evening show on Saturday, yes.
Yeah, there I got it. Okay.
I can't believe there are people out there who still haven't experienced La Comedia. For people who haven't, can you kind of tell them what to expect in the? Because it really is an experience. It's
is.
just so wonderful.
It's a wonderful experience. As you say, it's a dinner theater, so you
Yeah.
arrive, you have a buffet dinner before the show, nice paced, buffet dinner, and then once dinner's over, it becomes a theater, they turn the lights down, and you are then watching a wonderful show that's being presented there. I've enjoyed going there for years with my family, recommend it for anybody, truly. It's a good value for your entertainment dollar. So.
And you have to test out the famous sweet potato souffle.
certainly.
Oh, of
They're
course,
famous
yeah.
for their food.
What's your favorite part of the experience at La Comedia? Because you've been coming back for years. Must be something special.
Well, it is. We used to take my mom there all the time. She was a big theater fan, so it was a big family event for us. We would come there for birthdays for her or for my brother or his children. And so I have a lot of memories there. And then now to be able to be a part of the experience for other people is very special to me.
Wow. Kari Lee, how about you?
Well, I've been working there for
A few years.
few years. And it gets to be like a family, I know the people on staff there and they're great to work with. And then with each show, because you have to play so intimately on stage, it kind of opens you up to really getting to know the people personally. And each cast becomes like another little family, and you bond with them and stay in touch. And I just love hearing people laugh. It's very rewarding to
very
be
much
able
so.
to entertain people with a high quality production.
I like at the end how they get to meet the performers. You guys are in a line. Everyone gets a. Is that special for you guys? Because it seems like it'd be really special.
It's very gratifying when we do the meet and greets. It's just an opportunity, like you said, to meet the folks that have come to see your show and get to know a little bit about them quickly. And yeah, it's a very, very fun experience to do that.
Are they selling out?
Yeah, well,
Getting pretty full,
good
full
crowds.
house,
I
yeah.
mean, you get a bigger crowd with like your Disney shows like Beauty and the Beast,
Yeah.
and a lot of folks aren't as familiar with this one, but I recommend it to anyone who needs a good laugh
Nice.
and a great dinner.
And this is running through September?
September 11th.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. So there's still time to catch in.
Plenty of time.
What's next for La Comedia?
Next up, they're doing a show called Do Patent Leather Shoes Really Reflect Up?
Okay.
And it takes place in a Catholic school,
Right.
I think.
Okay.
Lots of comedy there. And then for Christmas, they're doing White Christmas, which is probably one of their most popular shows.
Certainly.
Everybody loves
Can we
White
expect to
Christmas.
see you guys back for any of those shows, or too early to say?
Too early to say for me, yeah.
I hope to be back in the next season. I'm not sure I'll be there in the next
Okay,
few.
so neither of you are in that
No.
show. Okay, and what about rehearsals for the second show? Would that the new show, are they going to overlap with your performances going on? How do they?
I actually
how do
have
they do all
done.
that?
I have done 8 shows in a row
Yeah.
at La Comedia, and they overlap. It's hard. It's hard on your brain, and it's hard time wise.
Yeah.
But they accommodate. As soon as the show's over, you go back into the barn and rehearse.
Wow.
When the rehearsal's over, then you go back over and do another show. So,
Yeah, typically the overlap's like 2 weeks, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, so in the last 2 weeks of our show, they'll be doing rehearsals for the next show.
Well, that's fantastic. Is there anything else that we need to cover? Did we cover everything?
Just come out and have a really good time,
Yeah.
and don't be afraid to volunteer.
Yes, absolutely.
And nothing bad happens to people that come on stage. Everybody has a good time.
I
and-
would think everyone would want to get up there and be part of it.
Oh yeah,
We've had a
everybody.
good. We've
There's
had a
only
good
4
response.
spots.
Yeah, only
Yeah.
4 at every show, but 4 new people in our show every time we do it, so
Yeah.
it keeps it fresh.
And the audience gets a real kick out of seeing. They know that they're volunteers, and they get a kick out of seeing them.
Well,
on
I got the
stage.
vibe from you guys. It's going to be fun. So if
Absolutely.
you're looking for a fun time, great food, great experience for your family, check out La Comedia Dinner Theatre. If you've never been there, why? What are you doing? It's a great time. Get out of the heat because it's still going to be hot, and say hi to our friends. Hey, we'll be back to talk about the Lebanon Theatre Company's production of Harvey right after this break.
Break your fast food habit at Kelly's Meats and Deli at 1001 West Main Street in Lebanon. Stop in for a quick lunch featuring made-to-order sandwiches, tasty sides, and mouth-watering daily specials. For dinner, Kelly's offers fresh-cut steaks, chops, and seafood, plus a variety of prepared dishes that only need to be reheated. You'll also find a large selection of high-quality wine and beer that can make any meal a special event. Kelly's Meats and Deli, open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, now open for dinner Saturdays 6 to 9 p.m. And remember, we cater too.
Since 1954, Hardy's Interiors has been providing quality furnishings for homes in and around Lebanon, Ohio. Today, you'll still find quality antique and vintage furniture along with new made-in-America furniture of all styles. At Hardy's, you can create a mix of furniture and accessories that truly reflects your personality, all made to last a lifetime. Designers are welcome and so are you. Hardy's Interiors at 208.5 Wright Avenue or online at hardysinteriors.com.
When it comes to healthcare, the most common question I get is, are you on our insurance? Well, we're probably not because we don't accept insurance, but our prices are extremely fair and you're going to get great care. So if your plan is to get great care, we are your plan. We offer chiropractic, fitness programs, massage, and clinical nutrition. So if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, call our office, schedule for a free consultation so we can discuss any question you have and get you well.
Call now to schedule your free initial consultation.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back. The Lebanon Theatre Company returns to stage on September 2nd with their production of Harvey, a 1944 play that won the Pulitzer Prize for Drama in 1945 and then began a film starring James Stewart and Josephine Hull. Here to tell us about the Lebanon Theatre Company's production of that are Peggy Allen and Randy King. Welcome back to the show, guys. Yeah.
Thank you.
I always love meeting you entertainers. You're such just a neat group of people to go through all the stuff you go through and then do it again. It's exciting, but there must be some addictive nature of that I can't quite figure out. But you're a special group of people, and I love you.
Clubs for punishment.
There you go. So the Lebanon Theatre Company has never shied away from any classic show. Taking on Harvey is no surprise, but tell me why this show is part of the 2022 lineup.
Because the way I understand it is this year's themes are unlikely friendships. Yeah. So we had the Odd Couple, which is an unlikely friendship, and we had 110 in the Shade, which was the musical, and Harvey, which is an very unlikely friendship.
What is the story being told in Harvey?
Well, the story is I play the sister, Vita Louise, and Randy is my brother in the show, Elwood.
Okay.
And my daughter and I come back from Des Moines to live with Elwood, my brother, after our mother dies, and who he has lived with. And I want my daughter to be part of high society. I'm very concerned with what people think, and I want her to have a good start in life. I want to get her married off. You know, it's set in the 40s, and so that's a big goal to get your daughters married off and settled. But Elwood has some strange habits, and one of them is that he has an invisible friend, Harvey, and I am very, very concerned
that he's crazy.
That he's crazy, and that people will discover that there is something wrong with him, and that will reflect on my daughter and myself, and so that's so that's sort of the setup of it and the premise of the show.
And Randy, so your role is just...
I'm the invisible rabbit, Harvey. No. No, I am Elwood, who has the invisible friend named Harvey.
Okay. Do we actually see Harvey? Does he manifest in a form of, or are we not able to talk about that just yet?
What do you think we should talk about? I don't know. No, it's invisible to everybody except me, except for Elwood. So we'll see.
And your involvement in local theater goes back how far?
Well, I've actually only been doing local theater for the last around 15, 20 years, somewhere in there. And but I enjoy going. I go where there's a part for someone in my age range, and so like just this year I've done things at the Drama Workshop over in the West Side, and Village Players, which is in Fort Thomas, Kentucky, the Dayton Theater Guild, Middletown, and Marymount most recently. So and you mentioned Glutton for Punishment, and you know, it is, I love to see the plays evolve. When you go into the read-through, you think, wow, this sounds pretty great. And then you get on stage and you start doing the blocking, and of course no one knows their lines then, and you all have your scripts, and you think, oh my gosh, this is going to be really bad. This is not going to come off very well. But it does. It just all comes together, and I love to watch that grow and progress, and I love that process.
Wow.
And that's what makes you keep coming back, I think, at least for me personally. I don't know about you, Randy, but it's...
Now, you discovered this later. You had a career as a teacher.
Yes,
And then you got, that's courageous. I mean, coming into,
well,
so much for retirement. You're like into this new thing, but you're really enjoying it.
Yeah. Oh, and I did some plays before I retired, but now I'm able to get out there a little more because first graders are exhausting. That's mostly what I taught. Wow. But yeah, and I did sports and everything in high school, and there was a conflict, and I wasn't able to see what theater was like then, although I knew that I really enjoyed watching it, and I always wanted to try it.
You don't see a big mix of theater kids and athletes. It's almost like there's a separation. It shouldn't be, but
because
well, everything just is so there's so much work with all of them.
There is,
Yeah.
and you know, but in school when you have the coach arguing with the you know, the director, that's not a good thing. So you know that you need to bow out of one or the other probably, and that's what I did and chose sports. But I'm so happy that now as an adult I'm able to do a lot of theater.
I bet you give a lot of other people out there hope of, oh, I can do this now too.
Yeah, well, I hope so.
Now, Randy, you've been going full rev since. When did you start your involvement with theater? Was it back in high school or college?
I was a little drummer boy in the 1st grade.
Oh my!
I remember that. Then I
Way
was
back.
Linus, which, you know, back in the 1st, 2nd grade, and I don't know. I just kind of knew that there was nothing else I was good at. So
Don't take this the wrong way, but I could see you being really good at that crazy role. I mean, you're just there's the
thank you.
quirkiness and fun element.
good.
Because you got to be. There's got to be something special about that Harvey or the role.
I'm so
I mean,
glad
it's
you
not
said
Harvey.
that.
It's Harvey's your invisible friend.
yeah, I'm glad you said that. That's less work for me. I can just.
But you know, his character Elwood has just such a sweetness about him. He's just he's very simple and lives life so. We could all learn something from him, and I hope
neat.
that the audiences do at the end.
So
of
I
the
do
play.
have to act. Then.
Yeah, yes, you do. But and this is sort of an interesting fact is this is only my 2nd show with Lebanon, which I'm thrilled to be doing something again with Lebanon because I live very near here, and there's still daylight when you go home from rehearsal sometimes. But the first show I was in here was Best Christmas Pageant Ever, and Randy played my husband.
Now she's my sister.
And I'm his sister.
Such
so
range.
Okay.
I'm going to go for father next time.
So is there a certain type of role that you look for that you're drawn to, or
Ones they give me.
I love comedy, but
Okay.
but also some of my favorite shows have been very serious, poignant roles,
Okay.
and so I don't shy away from those as either. I like both. But.
I like parts in plays like this,
Yeah.
like plays like Harvey. It's a very sweet show. It has no agenda. Any age can come and see it and have a wonderful time with it. This is the kind of show I really, really, really enjoy. You know.
did you have to audition for this?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Thousands were lined up.
And in general, what kind of role are you drawn to as well?
Roles in plays like this one. I do like drama. I don't know. I don't know.
Do you
It's
do
whatever.
musicals as well, or is that where you draw the line?
I don't fancy myself a singer.
Okay.
But lately I've done a string of musicals where they made me sing, and it made me better.
Okay.
Doing something that I wasn't comfortable with, getting out of my comfort zone. So I'm better. I hope I'm better now than I was before.
And do we have
We'll see.
Have a pretty big group of people on stage for this. Who else is gonna?
What is it, about 12 altogether?
That seems big.
It is,
Wow.
and it's challenging. I think, Randy, I'm not sure if you agree, but just to remember everyone's stage name because we have to say their names a lot. You know, Dr. Chumley or Judge Gaffney or Myrtle May, and so you have to, as you're memorizing those lines, you have to check yourself on that too, making sure you're not calling the judge
Those
the
are
doctor.
the only names I know.
Well, I mean, being kind of off, you can make a mistake and just kind of roll with it and make more fun of it.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that, but thank you.
Yeah.
God,
Have you?
I could come here more often.
You could probably roll constantly
Roll
with
with
that.
Yeah, it's very much an ensemble piece. So
How grueling is the rehearsals? How much time you guys put in to prepare for something like this?
on this one, I wish we had a little more because I got a lot of lines, but but we'll be okay.
Yeah, we're getting it.
Yeah.
Our director Paula Whitaker
Yeah.
just told us last night how she was pleased with the way people were getting off book, and so I think it's coming together.
And the performances are September 2nd,
Right.
3rd, 9th, and 10th at 7:30, and then September 4th
Yes.
at 11 and 2 p.m.
Yes.
How do we get tickets?
ltcplays.com. You know what? I bet, though, if you knock on the door, somebody would answer and get you a ticket, get you set up.
Yes, or
give us a call.
Yes, I see the phone numbers on the screen. I was going to say the phone number, but that's
right
on
there.
the screen. Yes.
Where am I at? There.
And how can those who might be interested in being on stage for the Lebanon Theatre Company get more information for shows and auditions? How do they discover?
The same way. ltcplays.com. There's an audition page, and they can find out. We want people to audition.
Yeah.
Love to have people come out. It's wonderful meeting new people.
Yeah.
And it's
one cannot have too many friends.
That's right. One of his lines.
Yeah.
And another website is behindthecurtaincincy.com, and you can find all the local theaters there, but Lebanon is also on that page. And for people who maybe they go to Lebanon and one time there's not a play that fits them, maybe they can go somewhere else and audition and come back. But Lebanon is it's a nice theater and very nice people and great to work there. I'm really happy to be there.
I've been to a lot of the theaters. There's a huge number. You'd be surprised in the greater Cincinnati area. There's a lot of community theaters, and LTC, Lebanon Theater, is easily one of the best, if not the best. You should see the set. We don't have a stitch of wood on the stage yet, but I guarantee you it's going to be a feast for the eyes. It's going to be something.
Yeah. So who does that? Is it always the same stage production people that are behind the scenes that, or do you guys contribute to that too?
We contribute, but it's headed by somebody who's really usually.
Yeah.
We get the best, and the best happens to be this guy.
Yeah.
And he's fantastic. He really puts a good set together. Wow. I'm excited. I don't want to help.
It sounds like fun. You want to go off talking your imaginary friends.
That's right. Yeah. Well, I don't want to bug him. Just let him do it.
Wow. Well, look forward to getting out and checking this out and having some fun at the theater. Is there anything else? Do we miss anything?
Come see us.
Yeah. Beautiful.
You're gonna love it. Bring your little kids. Bring your old grannies. And all
it really is for everyone.
It's for everyone.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can't say that about everything else out there.
No, you can't.
So, good, clean, wholesome fun.
It is.
Check it out. Coming up next, we'll talk about a real special event that you could be part of at Caesars Creek Lake. Don't touch that dial.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover their unique mix of all kinds of traits.
Where'd Wiley go? Where's Wiley? Ah, there she is. Paw?
Do you remember being an ancient wolf? Do you ever feel the call of the wild?
You're a renegade cop, and I'm a con woman with nothing to prove. But together, we could really solve this murder.
They're a little bit of a lot of things. But all of them are pure love.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's up?
Do we have a gun?
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
Today, I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands? Yes. You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Had a lovely time. Welcome back. I'm joined now by Kim Baker with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers at Caesars Creek Lake State Park, and she's here to tell us about a special event at the lake called Take a Warrior Fishing that you might be able to participate in. Kim, it's been a while. Welcome back to the City Show, and we have Stevie your last name, Damon. Okay, and understand you're going to be filling these shoes.
Oh, yep.
Right?
They're big shoes to fill, but I'm excited for it.
They are big shoes, yeah. And you've been working out there at the lake for how long?
32 years now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, been there for a while.
I understand you're a bit of a naturalist yourself.
Yeah, a little bit.
You have to be to.
You kind of have to. It's with the Corps of Engineers, we do everything, so you have to be a little bit of everything out there as a park ranger.
Wow, that's a long career. And explain why the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has a presence at Caesars Creek Lake State Park.
Well, we actually manage it. We are the owners of the land, and the Army Corps, one of our major missions is flood control.
Okay.
With a dam like that one, that's going to be for flood control, so we control the level of the water.
And how long has the dam and the lake been there?
They started construction in 71, completed it in 78, and it was filled by 1980.
Oh my. And your office is in the Caesars Creek Visitor Center.
Yes.
And you offer a number of programs throughout the year to the public. Can you tell us about some of those?
We have all kinds of programs. A lot of our public programs are going to be about the nature, about everything going around. We have prairie programs. We have butterfly programs coming up. We do scout programs, school programs, all kinds of different things.
Wow. Are the scouts, are they camping out on the lake too?
They can be camping out at the campground, and then they come to me to do geology and different kinds of badges for them.
Yeah. Now they got the dock out there that they just put out there.
Yeah,
was that 3
the
years
marina.
ago?
Yeah,
the marina?
Yeah. It's doing fantastically well.
Wow.
We were worried in the beginning on how many people we would get.
About the traffic?
Yeah, about the traffic, because Caesar Creek is pretty full.
Okay.
But the marina's been a fantastic addition there.
So do you have like a police boat where you're out there telling people to slow down?
We do.
Because you have speed?
Yeah, we have speed.
Yeah.
We have zones where there's no wake.
Wow.
No wake means no waves behind your boat. So we want people to slow down.
I get this idea of you having this like Don Johnson, Miami Vice theme song as you ride up on the people.
My main job is I drive the boat going,
just
hi.
Yeah.
And if people see me, just like if you see a cop on the road, you slow down.
That's good. Stevie, you got that? Can you do that parade wave?
I'm working on it.
You're going to hurt your wrist. You get carpal tunnel and you're out, okay?
I've been taking her with me everywhere I go.
Teach her all the ropes.
Oh, yeah.
Now, on Saturday, September 10th, you're hosting a Take a Warrior Fishing. That sounds pretty cool. Can you tell us about that?
It's a program we do with CAST, which is Catch a Special Thrill.
Okay.
And CAST does a lot of fishing events with children, but they also do Take a Warrior Fishing.
Okay.
And the idea is we get any military, veterans, reservists, active duty that want to come out, go fishing, meet with everybody.
There's some pictures there. That's lovely.
Yeah. Have some fun. And they get to go on a boat and go out and go fishing for the day and then come back and we have lunch.
So do some of the warriors, are they handicapped or have other challenges?
We have had some that were handicapped. Some we can manage anything that they come with.
That's fantastic. Now I understand you have a shortage of captains and boats, and we're putting a shout out there to call and volunteer. And
oh yeah. That's my limiting factor right now, is that I need more people who have a boat that want to come out and help us out and take 2 or 3 people with them out fishing, just enjoying the water.
Okay. And how many spots do you already have claimed?
As far as my veterans, I've got 30 to 40 veterans. I didn't check this morning.
And you got 2 boats?
I got 2 boats.
Okay. I trust that's going to change.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because if I can't get it changed, then they're fishing shoreline.
Yeah. I imagine the people at the marina, your friends there, probably.
I've tried.
Okay.
I'm still pushing.
And what if they don't have the fishing gear?
We supply all the fishing gear. We give them fishing poles, tackle, everything they need. And that's all free, and it comes with it. It's just our appreciation to the veterans and people that have served.
I would think giving back to the veterans is motivation enough for people to come and volunteer. But I'm going to give a shout out to a personal friend, Bucky Allen, because I know we were talking about your boat, and you got to get out there and tell your other friends out there.
Oh yeah, tell everybody.
How else are you recruiting the boat captains?
Well, we put up some signs at some of the local places where you can get bait, and then over at the marina itself, we put up signs there. You just got to go on Cast for Kids.
Okay.
It's castforkids.org. You get into the system, you look for Take a Warrior Fishing, and then you look for Caesar Creek.
Okay.
And you can sign right up.
And what can they expect as far as their day? How soon do they need to be there with their boat?
7 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, we're going to start early. And then they fish with everybody till about noon, and then it's a free lunch.
I can see some friendships being birthed for that.
It is amazing. They love to talk.
Yeah,
so
great stories.
Share those stories and share that feeling, yeah.
From our local heroes. How did you get this thing going?
Take a Warrior is, it's been going on about 8 years now.
Okay.
So we had some veterans come in and talk to us about going fishing, and we started looking around, and we found the cast.
Okay.
And they already had it all set up, and it was very simple to get involved with them and do it as a team effort.
I know catch and release is a big thing.
Are
you keeping it? And is there a fish fry afterwards?
Well, it's not a fish fry. But yeah, they can keep the fish if they want to. Yeah.
What's the biggest fish you've ever seen taken out of that lake?
48-inch muskie.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
My gosh.
Big fish.
Yeah. What's the biggest fish you've gotten?
About a 12-inch.
Okay. Sounds like some of my friend Bucky's fishing story. I had to dig him a little bit. Are there prizes?
We'll have some giveaways, some gifts, yeah. All kinds of fun stuff.
So where do the funds come to help support
Through
the
Cast.
gifts?
And then we get a lot of donations. So we got local companies all over giving us some money here and there, trying to help us out.
And once again, if somebody does want to volunteer their vote, how do they do that?
If they want to if they are going to be a boat captain, which please, we need some, get on castforkids.org.
And roughly how many boats do you think you need for this event? You said you have
I
about
would like
30
to have
people,
at least
so
20 boats.
Oh my.
Because I'm just starting. I'll probably get another 20 veterans, so I'll be up to 50. And they come with family members.
Okay, fantastic. Well, besides having a great day on the lake, what other kind of reward are these people going to take away from this experience?
We give out hats and T-shirts and food and camaraderie, and then it's just an amazing feeling.
Sounds like a fun event. And how can our viewers get more information on the activities through the Visitor Center?
They can just give us a call or go on to Facebook. We have a Facebook website for Caesar Creek Lake. Look for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, and it'll give all of our events coming up and our phone number. If they want to call us at the Visitor Center, 513-897-1050, and we'll be happy to talk to them.
Yeah, what's next after this event? Because you probably have a pretty busy schedule.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Our next event is going to be our Monarch Butterfly Day.
Okay. We just had a release out here, I think last weekend. Yeah, that's fantastic.
It'll be the peak migration, and that'll be the following Saturday. So, the 17th of September.
Okay. What's your favorite part of the job you have out there at Caesars Creek?
Every day is different.
Yeah.
That's the fun part, and there's so many different people I get to meet. So many people coming out to the Visitor Center. I made great friends there. People come back every day. It's just amazing.
Okay. And Stevie, are you excited about what led you to want to be involved in?
Well, growing up, I'd always go to Caesar Creek with my dad. Wow. We'd go boating, fishing, things like that. And I studied natural resources at Ohio State, and so I always knew that I wanted to come back and work and really get involved with the community and the park that gave me so much as a kid.
Sounds like a good fit.
Yeah, she's perfect.
Yeah, fantastic. Is there anything else that I missed?
No, I think you got it.
Wow. So Take a Warrior fishing.
Yeah.
Great event. We need captains. Get on the phone, call them. You won't regret it. We'll be back to wrap up the city show right after this break.
You made this vacation happen, cleverly merging promotions,
double points with every purchase,
and cross-referencing travel sites. Aloha! If you can ace your vacation, you can do it for retirement. Get on track with tips at aceyourretirement.org.
Extinction is forever. To save America's most iconic and imperiled species from extinction, we must fight for their future. Fight to save the natural lands that wildlife call home. Fight to limit pollution. Fight for smart development. Fight for their future. And fight for ours. For so goes nature, so goes us.
Unlike other health concerns, mental illness is not always easy to see. D-E-P-R. Mental illness doesn't show up on a scale. Bipolar? Sorting out a mental health concern takes professional diagnosis and treatment.
Anxiety. I thought so.
If you or a loved one has a mental health concern, don't go it alone. For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral, call 1-800-662-HELP. Learn more at samhsa.gov/support.
I've been driving a truck for 40 years now. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. Like the trucks can't stop quickly. It takes my 80,000-pound truck 200 yards to come to a complete stop. So I always do my best to give a lot of cushion. It helps when other drivers realize that and do the same. Please give trucks the space we need so we can all stay safe. It's our roads, it's our safety.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
We're back, and we want to take a moment to remind you that the Lebanon Farmers Market is still up and running every Thursday from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. in the city parking lot of the corner of Main and Sycamore Streets. There's still plenty of farm fresh produce available at the market, along with grass-fed beef, homemade baked goods, candles, soaps, and more. On Saturday, September 10th, Laura Stanton, an OSU Extension educator, will be offering a free program connecting kids and nature in the Miller Ecological Park starting at 10 a.m. Just meet her in a parking lot for this 1-hour introduction to the natural world right here in our own backyard. We'll be back September 6th with previews of Feast and Folly and a Lebanon Country Apple Fest. Today we're going to leave you with a look at Lebanon Garden Club's annual butterfly release in Miller Ecological Park that took place last Saturday. 400 butterflies were released on a beautiful Lebanon day, and many of them stayed around long enough to get fueled up for their long journey ahead. This fundraiser for Lebanon Garden Club helps to pay for the maintenance of the butterfly garden and the many other civic projects that the club does throughout the year.
Most of the Lebanon Garden Club have green shirts on. I think there are about 25 of us. We have both men and women in our club. We are 86 years old. We take care of this garden. We have a little swallowtail garden at the train station, of which we're part owners. And we have beautiful bridge baskets, different things that we help with all over the town. We're a busy club, and we have a lot of good educational events every month. And our membership is always open. It's just $20 to join.
At the Warren County Park District, we have a couple of Monarch Way stations, which are gardens. I think this is one too, isn't it, Mickey? Yeah, this is a certified Monarch Way station through monarchwatch.org. And it is a garden, doesn't have to be big, 10 by 10 is their minimum size. So that's the size of a normal front yard garden that provides the nectar flower plants for the adults and the milkweed, which is the only plant that the monarch caterpillars will eat. So once you have both of those, you can certify your garden, and that provides a habitat for the monarch butterfly. So that's something easy you can do in your own yard. We were talking in the tent here, somebody said, oh, I can't really plant milkweed because I live in an apartment. You absolutely can. When I lived in an apartment, I had pots of milkweed on my patio, and believe it or not, I had eggs being laid on those milkweed plants. So you don't have to have acreage. It can be something real tiny.
What Shannon mentioned was that the reason the milkweed is so important is because it's what we call that host plant of the monarch butterfly. So when we think about butterflies, they're an insect, right? And they go through a metamorphosis life cycle. You know, I love seeing all the children here, and our children all just look like miniature versions of themselves when they grow up, right? Insects go through a huge morphological change, however. They lay the egg, then that caterpillar is going to hatch. That caterpillar will create a chrysalis, which is similar to the cocoon that a moth would make. And then, of course, the beautiful butterfly emerges. Now, some butterfly species, like swallowtails, they can lay their eggs on multiple different plants, whether it's a sassafras, a spice bush, even fennel. But the monarch has a very special relationship with the milkweed, and that's the only plant that it can lay its eggs on that the caterpillars can then feed on those leaves. So that's why you hear all this talk and buzz around the milkweed in connection with the monarch.
This is a butterfly poem, and it's anonymous. A butterfly lights beside us like a sunbeam, and for a brief moment its glory and beauty belong to our world. But then it flies on again, and although we wish it could have stayed, we feel blessed to have seen it. Enjoy.
Is everyone ready? We're going to count down from 5.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.